Hello, beautiful family. Getting up close and personal with you today. Anyway, I have something really important that I'd like to share with you. Really, it's about you. It's about your vitality, your soul energy, the fragility, the delicacy, the subtlety, but also at the same time, the power of your soul energy, of your essence, your soul awareness, which is the same awareness within you and me and everybody. Now, if you were to take a baby in a tree and put them in front of a time-lapse camera and watch them grow over time, the same force, the same essence which animates the baby's intelligence and allows the tree to grow and flourish, to blossom to its fullest, to flower fully, to develop into its full capacity, is the same force, is the same energy within you and me and everybody, and all of humanity. And there's certain forces in this world, unfortunately, that are hunting your frequency, your soul energy. And this is not a conspiracy theory. We want to be aware that not everything in the world is an expression of that loving awareness, that light. Although fundamentally, that is their essence. Biblically, they're called and fallen. Those that are fallen, I mentioned it in the last video, and thus I want to mention it again because, of course, it could be interpreted not how I intended, depending on the listener, because certain teachings that come from, we could say, a higher level awareness may not be interpreted as intended if the listener distorts it as a result of their perception. The limitation of perception could distort the teaching. And thus, I want to say that, of course, I appreciate and revel and love the beauty in nature, in this creation that we're in. But ultimately, I live for the essence, the creator, the force which animates creation. So yes, we can call it the Matrix, the fallen world, but that's really only from the standpoint of the observer, of the awareness, which is aware of this three-dimensional reality. You want to understand that as humans, we have a multi-dimensional capacity, supernatural capabilities, which we can tap into by elevating our frequency, by not selling our soul energy, our essence, our awareness into the worldly matrix, into the pleasure trap, which I mentioned in the last video as well, to understanding the value that we are, that our life is, to simply sit in the presence and allow that energy to flourish and build up within us, the light of the silence, of the soul awareness, to allow that presence to animate our intelligence and our actions, and not think that we're a personal identity of course, memory is important to allow us to be grounded in this reality. But we don't want to identify with that and think that's who we are or what we are fundamentally. Because again, the same awareness, the same intelligence that is animating the baby in the tree is intrinsic to everything. It's the same energy, collectively, that we're expressing as simultaneously as humanity. And when you understand this, you'll naturally have a sense of empathy for those that may not be conscious of this, that may not be aware of this energy within them, and that are perpetually selling it into the pleasure matrix, the system, which, I could speak a lot about. I'm not going to get into thoroughly, however. I did want to mention it briefly, though, because I felt a push from Spirit to make this video to try to convey in a different way that which I've already said in many other videos, because sometimes all it takes is something to be said in a certain way, with certain lingo, certain verbiage, for it to really click in somebody's head. I know certain things have been said that I've heard and been like, whoa, that really makes sense. And then I've went and watched another video and saw the connection. I watched something again and that I didn't see, how they say, you read a book a second time around, you're going to see a lot of things that you didn't see the first time. And it's not that the book changed, it's that you changed. It's that now you're seeing things differently because you've broadened your context, the context from which you witness reality. And that is your sense of subjectivity. You broaden your perspective. You've widened your sense of this reality. And we don't want to just think that everything is 3D, that everything is physical and based on materiality, because there's that element, many elements, which we can explore. There's certainly a space within human awareness which we can access, we can all access, that is transcendent to anything that we can perceive with the five senses. And yes, we can be conscious of this intellectually, but we're not going to know it until we be it, until we witness it experientially, until it's a part of our experience. And there's no personality to experience it, although this human organism has certain memories that are very profound, to say the least. I understand that it was only by grace that I was able to witness these profound spiritual experiences. And we all have access to the infinite intelligence which animates us, which gives us life. If you were to take that tree and baby again, and you were to give that tree a self-image, would it be different from any of the other trees intrinsically? It may feel that way subjectively. It may feel like, oh, I'm a separate tree, I'm a separate identity, a separate body. But really, we don't want to mistake the forest for the trees, because that tree, even though it started off as a baby, it started off as a seed, and it grew up in a system which, told it was a birth certificate identity, into a school system that taught it to identify with memories, and that intelligence is memory and what you can memorize and absorb and regurgitate and accumulate and consume. And the more that you can consume, the better off you are, the smarter you are. When in actuality, when we simply sit in that light of silence, the loving awareness is a loving witness to the life expressing as us, in us, and all around us. Of course, we can engage with the five senses and appreciate the beauty of nature all around us, or we can go within and witness that inner abundance, which is the vitality as it expresses in cells in our very body. We feel it. We feel that aliveness. And as we're aware of this within us, we want to share it with the world around us because we witness it as us. We feel that sense of connectedness, that abundance, which this reality fundamentally is. There is no scarcity. There is no limitation. All limitations of perception are rooted in illusion, rooted in that illusion of separation, which only results from selling our soul essence, our soul energy into the worldly matrix, into the worldly, into the system which many of us, we could say, are victims. But we don't want to have a victim's mentality and think of ourselves as a victim because, again, that's rooted in a sense of separation. And it's really the result of not appreciating and valuing the life energy that's within us. We want to elevate our frequency, embody this energy, so that we can share it with the world around us and feel that abundance, because that sense of givingness is really a gift. It's the greatest gift. There was a time where, I was out for myself. It was all about me, what I could get, what I could accumulate. But really, there's nothing you can get out of life. We're all going back to Mother Earth as far as the body's concerned. From whence we arose, the body rose from the earth, it's going back to the earth. But what is that which animates the body? What is the source? What is the intelligence that animates our intelligence? I think that's all I have for you guys. Take care. Stay tuned. I hope you bloom into the best version of yourself. And I hope you really enjoy this human experience and give thanks every single day. It could be taken away at any moment. Want to be aware that this body is mortal, but there's that part of us that never dies, and thus You'd not be afraid of death. Once you transcend that illusion, all other fears go with it. You need not have a near-death experience to understand that there's a part of you just timeless. The essence which animates your soul awareness. They go together. We wouldn't be aware or be able to enjoy the world without this force within us. So we want to cherish and honor and respect and protect and never neglect the life force which allows us to do that which we want, so that we can share that with the world around us and live for the eternal. Getting up close and personal. It's like the sandwich, right? You started off that way, we're closing it. Smile. You can be a smile millionaire, you know. Sometimes you need not really say any words sometimes. Just a simple smile will do. Spread that light. Spread that love. You got it in you. I know you do. You all do.